ACI world. So again, Atlanta showing a lot of influence and giving a lot of support to the world airport business. As far as standing committees that we go at ACI, we have a lot of involvement again on issues affecting airports worldwide. So the regional offices will have regional committees, and at the world level we'll have a World Safety Standing Committee, or economics, environment, facilitation and services, safety technical as I mentioned, and one that's really growing is the airport IT, as airports are using much more IT infrastructure to make the passenger experience and also to make more efficient and safe operations at the airports serving the customers. What they do is they develop different position papers that are then sent to the World Governing Board for approval. And these position papers basically represent the positions airports are taking on various issues, such as local air quality for environment, wastewater management. Security is a big one, liquids, aerosols, and gels, a big topic we've been working on in Europe and the US. And again, I'm here through the week, so if you have any questions, we're always happy to have additional people in the committees. Be more than happy to give you additional information on that. As far as our influence at ICAO, so does everybody know who ICAO is? Not IKEA, not the Swedish manufacturer of furniture, right? Although in Montreal you have to be very specific because people have ended up at IKEA. So the International Civil Aviation Organization, based in Montreal, is actually the standard-setting body of world aviation. So in 2011, the World Governing Board had the insight of moving ACI World to Montreal to be a lot closer and have a lot more influence on the standards that are created by ICAO and that are then disseminated into each country or each state. Convention, there were actually 18 annexes, and for example Annex 14 is the one that creates guidance material for airports as far as standard settings. In the US it would be known as Part 139. So we have a lot of influence and observer status on actually creating and working with ICAO to create these in the best interest of the airports. A lot of great ideas that come across, but sometimes in the practicality aspects it doesn't necessarily work, and that's where ACI adds values both for ICAO and for states, but also for the member airports to make sure that what we're doing makes sense for the airport operators and at the end of the day for the customers using our facilities. As far as services to members, we offer quite a few services. We have the benchmark, whoops, sorry. Okay, I screwed up the machine. We have quite a few services to members. We have the Airport Service Quality, which is basically a benchmarking program that we offer to airports as far as quality of service offered to customers using the airports. And what's great about this program is that airports are able to benchmark themselves against comparably sized airports and see what services they're offering and to enhance the passenger experience or the customer experience going through our facilities. In the board meeting yesterday, actually, Ben DaCosta had mentioned APEX, so we have the Airport Excellence and Safety Initiative, where we're basically going around and doing peer review of airports around the world to make sure that they're following safety regulations and that they're compliant to either local regulations or ICAO Annex 14. And what's great about that program is there's ACI Secretariat that goes on the missions, but we also have airports that also lend resources. And that's what's really beautiful about this industry is airports are always willing to help out airports. So really stay in contact with each other after this. I mentioned it last night because there's a lot of information you can get from each other. Also saves you going to consultants. Sorry, Gordon. But again, a lot of information you can share with that. Department I lead within ACI is actually global training. I'll talk about that in just a moment. We have obviously different events we offer around the world through the regional offices and also through ACI World on different topics such as economics, customer service, safety, security. We have world business partners, so those are basically suppliers of services to airports who basically provide different information to us and also benefit by providing good services to the airports that then use them again for the customer experience or to facilitate expansion in the airport, for example. Membership. Airports obviously are members of ACI, so we have, as I mentioned, 573 members operating 1,751 airports. That's really what we're about, representing their interest. And a lot of publications and statistics. So we have the economic survey that'll be coming out and various other information that you can use. Some of them are free, some of them are pay-for service. And I'd encourage you to go look at that. A lot of good information that's put out there by the committees of ACI through the information received from member airports. As far as global training, a big investment airports do either than the infrastructure side is on their human resources. So we do offer a whole gamut of programs from an executive leadership program that we run in Montreal starting on Sunday actually. We have the Airport Management Professional Accreditation Program. It's the only professional designation program there is globally recognized by both ICAO and ACI. So participants that do go through the AMPAP program, which is the second one at the top of this pyramid, get a professional designation at the end known as IAP, so International Airport Professional. And their diplomas are signed both by the Director General of ACI, Ms. Gittins, and the Secretary General of ICAO, Raymond Benjamin. So again, really, really good cooperation from both the regulator side and the industry side. Other programs we offer, obviously 2 diplomas in safety, safety being about 50% of our offering in courses. Very big importance to the airports. If we're not safe airports, we won't have passengers, won't generate revenue, so on and so forth. So it's quite critical. Course on security, economic development, which this course actually, the seminar would fall under, environmental issues, and facilitation. New program we're offering actually that will be launched at the end of May is an Airport Operations Diploma Program. It's a fully online diploma program of 3 courses aimed at supervisory and frontline staff to really understand, you know, the nuts and bolts of an airport, what makes an airport operate. And we're really quite keen to get that one out, and we're looking forward. That again was developed based on member feedback. And last but not least, we have some short courses that are online on different factors such as human factors, safety management systems awareness, and dangerous goods that we do offer to the membership. And you have a brochure in front of you again. You have questions on this, more than happy to help out. That being said, ACI really believes that sometimes, you know, lack of resources or lack of funding should not be a barrier for training. So for example, this seminar, we're very happy to partner with CIFAL Atlanta Unitar to offer courses that are destined to developing nation programs. I'm very happy to say our World Governing Board last year approved an increase in the Developing Nations program. And we're very happy to continue our partnership with CIFAL Atlanta in offering these programs to you. There's also the ACI Fund, which is a separate entity actually from ACI, even though our Director General is the Managing Director of that also. And that is similar to the DNA program, as I mentioned at the top, that offers programs worldwide to members, deserving members from developing and least developing countries. So with that, thanks very much for your attention. I would actually like to hand it over now to Kathy Schwaig, Dean, Coles College of Business, Kennesaw State University. Thank you.
Good morning. It's an absolute pleasure to be here today. I am Kathy Schwaig, and I'm the Dean of the Business School at Kennesaw State University, and we're one of the sponsors of this event today. Let me first of all just say what a privilege it has been to be in partnership with CIFAL Atlanta. This is such a privilege for the university, something that has just occurred recently in the history of the university, and it's actually a model partnership between CIFAL and an educational institution, and so we're very, very proud of that relationship that we have. Very thankful to Estrella Merlos and to Craig for that opportunity. And so it's a great opportunity for us to be here as a business school and to be a part of this specific program, especially with its focus on economic development. I want to tell you a little bit about the university, and I'll tell you a little bit about the Coles College of Business. And very excited that we will be hosting you tomorrow. You will actually be in the home of the business school tomorrow on the KSU campus, and so we look forward to having you there. Kennesaw State University is the 3rd largest university in the university system of Georgia. We have 25,000 students at our university, primarily, or historically I should say, a non-traditional campus. Most of our students were working full-time and came to school, but more recently we've transitioned to a more traditional campus where you see more 18 to 22-year-old students on our campus than ever before. We have students, a student body that is represented by over 142 different countries. So we definitely have an international dimension to our campus, not only in our student body, but also in really the strategy and the direction of the institution as well. And we're very, very proud of that. The institution offers over 80 different degree programs at the baccalaureate, the master's, as well as the doctoral level. And we also produce more nurses than any other university in the state of Georgia. And we also produce more educators than any other university in the state of Georgia. As I mentioned to you, I'm the Dean of the Business School and very proud of the accomplishments of my faculty and staff in the College of Business. We host about 150 faculty in that school. We have just under 6,000 students. We've seen tremendous growth over the last 6 years. We have about 4,500 undergraduates, a little over 1,000 graduate students, and we have a number of master's and doctoral programs there as well. One of the things that I want to tell you about the university and also about the College of Business is really a priority and a focus on economic development. We feel that it's very important that our students are engaged in the business community, that our faculty are engaged in the business community, and really the emphasis on our campus right now is developing programs and initiatives that allow us to serve the citizens of Georgia, the citizens of the country, and to provide real value in that space. And so, again, it's one of the reasons that I'm very grateful for the opportunity for the college to partner with CIFAL on this event today. And we very much look forward to hosting you tomorrow on campus. As I conclude my remarks, I want to recognize a couple of folks from the university. First of all, one of our vice provosts is here, Dr. Barry Morris. Barry, will you stand at the back? And Barry is a huge advocate of international initiatives on our campus and is a great friend of the college and very instrumental really in developing the partnership with CIFAL at KSU. And I'm also very proud to have one of my faculty members here today, Dr. Tim Matthews, who's one of our professors in economics and I believe is going to help facilitate a panel later today as well. So again, on behalf of the university and on behalf of the Coles College of Business, I am pleased to welcome you and we look forward to seeing you on campus tomorrow. Thank you.
Good morning, everyone. Bonjour. You're stealing my lines. Buenos dias. It's good to see all of you this morning. I saw many of you last night at the reception. My name is Craig Lesser, and I'm the chairman of CIFAL, and it's a great honor for me to be with you today. I'm here merely to welcome you this morning. I will speak tonight at our dinner at the Carter Center, which I hope all of you will attend, and I will be discussing the intersection of airports and economic development and international relationships. But for now, how many of you are in Atlanta and Georgia for the first time? Raise your hands. So maybe about half a dozen, maybe a dozen of you. How many of you came by car? Railroad? Bus? By ship? Most of you came by air. That's why we're here today. It's about economic development and it's about jobs. Now, there's a very important component to your visit here in Atlanta. We are in the South, and we sometimes speak a little differently than our neighbors in the rest of the country. So we say good morning, we say hello, but we also say something that is very familiar locally. And before you leave, I'd like you to feel comfortable with our local language, as I attempt to do when I visit your countries. So I'm going to say it, and then I want you to say it back to me. How y'all doing? All right, I don't want to hear from the Georgians. I want to hear from the rest of our visitors here. 1, 2, 3. How y'all doing? It's a beautiful day. It's a wonderful day to be in Georgia. It's a wonderful day to be here at this conference. And I know you will learn, but you will also share. This is about best practices. This is about enjoying relationships and building those relationships. So it is my great honor right now to introduce Balram Biodari. Now, guess what? He goes by B. And he is the Deputy General Manager of Atlanta's Hartsfield-Jackson International Airport. B, please come up to the stage.
Thank you, Craig. That was wonderful. And I just want to say, welcome you all. And listen, if I could speak the local language here, I think all of you can speak the local language. Because I'm not a native Georgian. I was born and raised in a little colony, a British colony in the far, far edge of South America called, at the time, British Guyana. Now it's the Republic of Guyana. So, like I said, if I could speak the local dialect here, in 3 days, you all will be professional in speaking them. Once again, good morning and welcome to our great city, the city of Atlanta. First of all, I must apologize for my boss, the Aviation General Manager, Louis Miller, for not being here this morning. He had a little issue this morning, medical issue. I think he overdid it in the gym a couple of days ago. And so he extends his deepest apology for not being here this morning and his absence last night. And he's hoping his doctor will clear him to make an appearance either tonight or sometime during the rest of the week. And so I wish him well, and I hope that we will be able to see him this evening at the reception. And I am hoping to see all of you out there this morning at the reception. For 7 years, Hartsfield-Jackson has worked alongside the United Nations, Airport Council International, CIFAL Atlanta, to establish a meaningful forum to communicate between public sector officials and business leaders. This is a great opportunity for all of you here in the next couple of days to get to know each other, take some time to network with each other, form alliance, and get to know each other business. As a result of this conference, I will assure you that all of us will benefit at the end of this conference in some way, shape, or form, no matter how big or little. But this is an excellent opportunity for you to get to know each other. I mean, don't be afraid to walk up to someone, extend your hand and say, hey, my name is so-and-so. Who are you? Where are you from? And start a conversation. And through those conversations, you will find that you built a network that will eventually aid you and assist you in managing your individual business in your country more effectively, more efficiently. I find that to be true. I have done that many, many times over. I love to go to different conferences across the world, across the country, and that's how I learn from others, taking their best practices and applying some of those at Hartsfield-Jackson. And that's why today we're able to move so many passengers through our airport. And I think all of you are cognizant of the fact that Hartsfield-Jackson is the busiest airport, as our mayor liked to put it, on the planet. Last year, we closed the year with 95.5 million passengers moving through our airport. And we were able to do that because of the best practices we have applied. And over the next several days, we will talk to you in more detail. We have staff members here that will be presenting. Listen to them, take some of their best practices, apply it to your business unit, and hopefully, sorry, my phone is distracting. Hopefully, your airport will be recognized throughout the industry as an airport folks want to visit and learn from. With that said, I also want to take an opportunity to recognize some of our staff members that are here today. First, I want to recognize Alreen Barr. Alreen, please raise your hand. She has spent many, many weeks working with CIFAL to put this program together, and she is a person who does not take no for an answer. So if she approaches you and asks you for, make a request of you, she will not leave until you give in to her request. So Alreen, thank you for all the work you have done. Also, I want to recognize Myrna White, our Director of Marketing and Stakeholder Engagement. She is another very persistent young lady that we have in the aviation department. And Myrna, thank you for all you have done and the support you have given to Alreen and your staff to put this together. And also Jason Terreri, our Director of New Business Development, our Interim Director of New Business Development. And I'll be remiss if I don't recognize some other folks here who have been an integral part of CIFAL for many, many years. Some of those folks started with CIFAL from inception. First, I would like to recognize my former boss and the former aviation general manager for Hartsfield-Jackson Airport, Ben DeCosta. Also, my former boss, and I don't know why he left me. I mean, it's like a marriage between the two of us, but now we're divorced. And a person who started with CIFAL on day one, Robert Kennedy. And one of our assistant general manager, ex-general manager, that manages our commercial activities at Atlanta Airport, Arnaldo Ruiz. And the most important person in this room is the guy who keeps me and my boss, Louis Miller, straight and ensure that we're well prepared to talk to folks outside of the airport, John McCullough. John, thank you very much. And again, welcome to the city of Atlanta. And I want to give a great big thanks to CIFAL for putting this together. Thank you all very much, and to all our sponsors for this program today. Thank you all very much and welcome, and we'll see you this afternoon at the airport.
Well, buenos días. Good morning. I am Estrella Merlos, and I have the privilege to serve as Chief Executive Officer of CIFAL Atlanta. And I have the distinct honor to introduce our next speaker. But before we do that, I would like to ask each of you to introduce yourself and tell us where you're coming from. So I will start here on this side of the table. If you please introduce yourself.
airport. However, in the year 2016, we expect to start scheduled service to our airport, and that's why I'm here. I was born in Amman, Jordan. I'm 44 years old. My personal fact is that after this course, I'd like to go up and meet my brother in California. So I've kind of taken advantage of the ticket coming to the U.S. Okay.
Hello, I'm Paulina Sanchez. I'm from Guadalajara, Mexico. I am Senior Analyst, Route Development, and